Hi there, Chris the Geek figure fan here, and today I'm back with another review for the NECA Back to the Future series. This time we're looking at the original butthead himself, Biff Tannen. This is the 1955 version of Biff, so technically you could consider him from Back to the Future 1 or Back to the Future 2, but really, considering the accessories that are in there, this is specifically the Back to the Future 2 Biff Tannen from 1955. We'll start off by looking at the box. I love these NECA boxes. So the box itself is one of these standard NECA designs. We'll spin it around and have a little look. I like the picture of the almanac on the front. I think that's really cool. And I love that NECA have gone for a different picture on the front of each box. So they can be used as background items as well when you're displaying these figures. Standard sort of Back to the Future images on the sides. And on the back you've got another image of the figure with a little spiel that's been on the back of every Back to the Future figure so far, so I won't go through that again. It's got a Velcro controlled lid that you can open and close, and it's got a nice image of the figure against the 1955 backdrop on the inside, which looks really cool. And then you can see the figure through the blister pack, which is always refreshing nowadays. And he's got a decent number of accessories that go with it. So you can see on the screen there, he's got a spare replaceable head with a different expression on him. He's got replaceable hands. It comes with the iconic sports almanac, along with a couple of other little paper accessories. So you've got the auto receipt from his car being repaired. You've got the Ooh La La magazine that he uses to hide the sports almanac. Got a flyer for the Enchantment Under the Sea dance. And they can all be stored within the lockbox that Principal Strickland uses to lock away the sports almanac when he confiscates it from Biff during the second film. So yeah, I'm really impressed with all the accessories. So I'll start off by saying the same thing that I say every time really with these NECA figures. You can see the increase in quality with these ones against what I'm used to collecting mostly, which is sort of the Hasbro 6-inch ranges. And I always think it's a step up. But again, you know, you're paying for that step up, aren't you really? I think NECA is kind of the in-between between like a Hasbro figure or the more top of the range, like a Mezco type figure. I'll say that the accessories, like the sports almanac, they fit really well in the hand, so it's not difficult to try and force him into a position where he's holding something. I think with any of these pieces of paper type accessories, they're going to hold them really well. But the thing that always strikes me with these NECA ones, especially the Back to the Future range, which is the only ones that I've opened so far, is the way that NECA are able to represent fabrics on their figures. The jeans on this figure and the Marty figure both look excellent. I love the sort of skinny jeans that he's wearing with the turned up bottoms of his jeans. They look really cool, so you can see his socks as well. But I especially love the bomber type jacket that he's wearing. I think it looks awesome. The creases and the mottling that you can see on the back really give the look of that fabric that it's made from. I think it looks excellent. I love the sort of grey collaring that it's got on it as well. It's just fun to look at, and I think that's what you want from these kind of figures. Because you're going to put them out on display, you want something that's striking. And again, this Biff is a striking figure. One thing I will do though is I'm just going to zoom in on his face a minute because I want you to see what I think is the one thing that lets this figure down. And there are imperfections on the face mould, specifically on either side of his head around where his ears are. So I can only assume this has happened when it's been taken out of the mould, or it's not been filled correctly. But you can see on the left side of his head, there's a hole there, which is really disappointing. It almost looks like it should be for like holding sunglasses or something on a different figure. But yeah, it's really obvious on this one because he's got such a sort of a close shave on the side. There's no way of hiding this hole that's there on his head. And now that I've seen it, I can't unsee it, which is really annoying. On the other side of the head, you can see the seam as well, where I'm assuming the two parts of the mould, the negative were put together. So it's left a little artifact there from that mould process, which is disappointing. But this is the risk you take when you buy a figure online and you don't get to see it in hand and you don't get to utilise the benefits of having a blister pack. Because if I'd have bought this in a shop, I'd have been able to open it up and I'd probably been able to notice that imperfection before I bought it. Maybe not, but at least I've given myself that opportunity. When you buy it online, you take what you get. You take a little bit of a chance, I suppose, with the paints and the mould on them. But either way, that's really the only negative I can find with this Biff figure. I'm really impressed with it. I'm really impressed with the general silhouette of him. He just looks fantastic. I think having him on a shelf with either the Back to the Future 1 Marty and Doc or the Back to the Future 2 Marty and Doc, I think will look really cool. So the articulation's, again, pretty standard for NECA, but is equally as good as any of the other figures that I've had. So the knee joints work really well. The tops of the hips work excellent. He's got good movement on his feet, you know, moving up. He's got excellent movement in his shoulders and his elbows. And the head turns absolutely fine. I know it's one of these heads that pops off, so there's no real restriction to his head movement, I find, with this figure. The only thing you'll find is if you try and turn his head too far, this chin will catch on his collar, but nothing that you can't work around. I'll also say that the replacement of the hands, they're tough to get in and out, but I don't hate that. I never once felt that I was going to break it when I was pushing hard to get those joints to pop in place. But yeah, really that's it for Biff. I don't have a lot more to say. The NECA range just doesn't let me down. It's just that head mould. Just takes away a little bit from it being an excellent figure. But that's probably limited to just me. I doubt this is that is an issue that's affected every Biff figure. Makes mine unique, I suppose. So yeah, you let me know. Have you got this figure? Is this something that you're interested in getting? Tell me in the comments. That'd be really interesting to hear. I'd also love to know if anyone else has bought this figure and has had similar issues with the face mould. Maybe it is a known issue, I don't know. Please also whack a like on the video if you've enjoyed yourself, and consider subscribing to my channel for future news and reviews. But that's it from me today. I'm really happy with Biff. I think he's a nice addition to the collection. I'm just really excited because I've got some more figures coming that are probably a little bit more visually striking than Biff. So I'm really excited about getting those open. So we'll get those out and review soon. But I think I'm going to sign off there. Thanks ever so much, everyone, for joining me today. Everyone take care. Bye-bye.